Scorpio, where do I begin with your message? This is intense. It's deep. And there's some messages here about significant relationships that you're either in now or that you were in the past that are coming through. And these relationships are not the easiest relationships. There's one relationship Spirit wants to talk to you about that has to do with truth and someone not accepting a truth. In fact, it's like they outright rejected the truth. This could be another person or it could be you yourself. But I feel I'm going to lean in this reading. I'm going to lean towards it's the other person rejecting the truth. But if that doesn't resonate with you, you take it however it works for you. But it feels like you are the bearer of truth because I got the message that you have deep integrity. And it's not easy to come across such sharp insights that you offer on difficult truths. This could be about multiple people. Maybe it's a collective of people you're speaking to. It doesn't have to be one person or like a family or a group of friends, although it could be one particular person. But what you share or what you shared, it feels like this already happened, was very piercing to whoever received it. And it's as if they decided to cloak themselves with a lie or an illusion to safeguard themselves from the emotion that a particular truth brought to them. So you said something, you communicated something. Some of you just looked at someone in a particular way, with those Scorpio eyes. And it pierced the veil. It pierced a veil of illusion. And that terrified someone because they had to face something. Maybe their shadow or maybe something they did wrong. Someone here has a guilty conscience for sure. Okay. And they're trying to cover it up. So the cards that I got, lots of messages in my meditation, very beautiful, but a little bit on the melancholy sign, just fair warning. I'll share those with you in a second. But the cards that came through for you when I was shuffling the Oracle deck is Magnifying Glass and Thorns. And this is taking a deeper and closer look into something that hurts, that pricks, these thorns. And we know that saying, every rose has its thorns. And it's as if somebody wanted the rose, but didn't want to deal with the prickliness that inevitably comes with the rose, that makes the rose the rose. Okay? So I'm hearing the thorns appear first. So maybe this is somebody who had a harder time dealing with your prickliness, the ways that you protect yourself, or things in your past that are kind of difficult and not readily accepted by others. Okay, this could be someone scrutinizing your thorns. Somebody here, I don't feel like you hid anything. It's more like they didn't want to see something. Okay? Oh, I'm getting like this pressure in my ears. I'm hearing Sagittarius. Some of you have Sag in your chart. That will resonate more than this reading. Okay? For those of you this isn't resonating with, I just got that. That will be coming next, by the way, in the next reading. But taking a deeper look into a situation that hurts, where there was betrayal, or it could have been some trauma that you experienced, you shared it with someone, or maybe you were just uncovering the truth of a connection, a situation, the true emotions. And I don't know why, but this other energy is very obstinate, very bullheaded. Maybe they're a Taurus or they have Taurus placements. There's something here they don't want to look at, okay? Because it's painful for them. So the messages I got before those cards is that everything has changed, but one thing remains. I'm obviously going to pull a card on what that is. Then I heard hands of fate, and I saw the hands of a clock. So I wrote down clock. You could be hearing a lot of ticking noises. This is reminding me of Captain Hook as I'm speaking it, of alligators, crocodiles walking the plank. It's this theme of ridicule almost, or punishment, or anticipating some kind of outcome that works against you, I'm hearing. And then that flows into the next message I got, which was pro bono. And I feel like this is a metaphor for most of you. It feels like there's somebody who wants to work with you or help you because you've experienced an injustice. This could be spirit or a guide working pro bono. I don't know what that means exactly. You take it however you want. Or it could be someone in your 3D material world that you meet or you come across that lends you a hand. Someone's taking special interest. If it's not because there's an injustice in your situation, the reason why this person wants to help you is because your situation is interesting. And I can definitely concur with that because I feel very pulled into this energy. I feel very invested in whatever it is that we're about to uncover and that you're going through, and that spirit wants to communicate with you. It feels very poignant to your current experience. And then I heard a teardrop through the void, and I sat with that message for quite a while, and I saw a tear fall into a cup of tea or a cup of liquid, and I felt guided to, don't mind my drawing, I was just trying to draw out what I was seeing. I saw a tear fall into the cup from this eye, and then I was trying to follow the tear, like where is it going, because the cup felt bottomless, and I saw it mirror, and it fell through the cup, and it mirrored into another cup that somebody was drinking from. I guess I drew the lips the wrong way, but somebody was drinking from this cup that the tear fell in. And then I got from your eye to my lips, from my lips to our soul. This feels like I could be talking about a special connection that you have with someone, and by special I don't mean it's lovely. I feel like it could be quite difficult. This could be someone who passed. This could also be your future self or your past self that you're connecting with, because it does say our soul. From your eye to my lips, from my lips to our soul. So it feels like, and I mentioned something about your eye, right? It's like somebody sees something in your eye, okay, some truth, some window of truth, and speaks something, says something, and it, I don't know, it connects your souls, or it does something, it provides mutual information to both of you. Hold on, sorry. Let me try to explain this. Some of you are far apart from someone. One of you is watching the other, and you know that. And one of you is speaking. One of you is speaking out, maybe into the void, or communicating or writing, or I don't know what you're doing. One of you is speaking, the other is watching. And whatever you're speaking is exactly what they're feeling, or whatever it is they're seeing. Oh my goodness, does that make any sense? There's something energetic going on. I feel like this is maybe a telepathic connection, psychic connection. There's something that's through time, hands of fate, the clock, some connection that's existing through time. Now, my readings aren't always like this, but I feel very guided to keep reading on this, obviously. I don't know if this is connected to someone who had a hard time seeing the truth, or if we're talking about someone else here. These could be different energies. But let's get into that reading. I saw number 902 on the timer. That could be a significant number for some of you, or 905. Maybe it's an area code. Let's see. 9 is the Hermit. 5 is the Hierophant. That's Virgo and Taurus energy. That could be significant. Hermit and Hierophant. So there's a deeper understanding of a commitment here. And again, I could be talking about you with yourself, like you and your future self. Your future self is watching, and you're speaking your future into existence. Could very well be the case, okay? So let's see where we go. Let's see the energies that are supporting you, Scorpio. And these oracle cards, which my soul is in love with on another level, like I've never loved a deck like this, is tending to your haunted cottage. Okay, let's see. And this is the 5-cent tarot. And then I'm also using the Magical Hours tarot. I've been listing off the tarots in my reading because people ask me in the comments, like, what deck are you using? So that's why I'm saying it. One person commented, and now a word from our sponsor. I don't get sponsored by tarot creators, nor do I expect to, or even really want to. You know, this is their creation. They don't need to pay anyone to use it. I don't know what, that's a message for someone. Maybe something is your creation. You don't need to, I don't know. Okay, let's just leave that there. Let's see. Scorpio. Energy support. Like, I wouldn't take from someone else's creation. Okay, that's the message. Well, we all know that somebody's been trying to take from this channel if you've been here for a while. But that's for you too. Taking from someone else's creation. You don't, yeah, okay. Energy supporting Scorpio, thank you. Reconciliation. 5 of Swords in reverse, and betrayal. Yeah, thank you for the confirmation, Spirit. It's heavy in the heart space. I can feel it's like a weight here on my chest. Okay, 7 of Swords and the 5 of Swords in reverse. See, this is the difficult truth. There's no more illusions and lying. Like the 5 of Swords upright is game playing, self-serving energy, manipulation. And in reverse, it's like clarity of what's been going on behind the scenes, the difficult truth that you've been trying to, I'm hearing, expel or expose or communicate. Or maybe it's not that you've even been trying to do that. It's just, you know it. It is what it is. And you live the truth. You live the truth. So I feel like with reconciliation and betrayal, whatever's happening now energetically is reconciling some different energy for you, some difficult and different energy for you. Now, I don't feel intuitively as if you're going to reconcile with someone who betrayed you or someone who you betrayed. We'll see how the message goes. This feels more like the energy around betrayal, these thorns that have been blocking your path or making things difficult to get to, or things that other people couldn't accept about you. The energy around that is now starting to reconcile. Things are becoming clearer. Okay, something is also getting closer, something to do with time. The time is getting closer. Okay, so let's keep going and see the challenge. What's the challenging energy? Ooh, haste and detachment. Okay, this is a specific reading. Courage at the bottom with the Queen of Wands. Okay, we have Page of Swords in reverse and the Devil in reverse. Someone detached from a connection, from a relationship, from a situation, hastily. Okay, and that's the challenge. Someone ran from the truth. It says on this card, Page of Swords in reverse, dishonor, all talk. And then the Devil in reverse, it says freedom, self-control. If somebody has parted ways with you, there's something about it here where it's a little bit of show. It's all talk. Okay, they're trying to exercise self-control, but they're watching you, or you're watching them and they're speaking to you. Okay, something like that is happening with this eye cup thing. And it's like the cup here, the teacup, you know, it's where we read the tea leaves. It's scrying with the water. It's like it's like a portal, a realm. There's some kind of connection here for sure. Okay. Intense. What else do I need to say about that? Yeah, it's like, look, I didn't even notice this, but the coffee mug I chose today, before any of this, is this mirrored image of two cats. Mirrored images. So you could be seeing mirrored numbers. Now, I do want to say for some of you, okay, you've had a difficult relationship with someone, and you may not forgive them, or you may not want to reconcile anything to do with this energy, but there's still, I have to be honest with what I'm picking up, there's still something here that connects the two of you. Maybe it's past life, through time, right? Hands of fate, the clock. Maybe it's past life energy. And that's why this relationship has been so intense and significant in your life. Okay, now if you don't want this message, you don't need to take it. Okay, so let's see. Scorpio, what do we need to say here? It feels painful and magical at the same time. It feels faded and frustrating. Okay, 3 more. For Scorpio, wherever Scorpio is in your chart. Okay. I'm seeing somebody blow, like blow out into the cosmos. I don't know. Someone's sending you energy. Yes, that makes sense. Wow. Wow, important decision coming up for you. Judgment at the bottom. Resurrection, reconciliation of energies, awakening. Now, this is Judgment card's associated with Pluto, which is one of your rulers. And Pluto is a planet that's about power, control, transformation. And I was just speaking to my friend Connie. Some of you know her from Connie's Cauldron. And we were talking about Pluto being the energy of bullying or being bullied itself. Pluto being bullied itself. Where is Pluto in your chart? Could be an area where you feel bullied. But and I did get something about pro bono and help with injustice. Okay, if you feel like you're being bullied with something, I feel like Pluto is here to actually help you and work with you. 10 of Swords behind that. The Hangman. Someone may think they have gotten away with something or that they have won, but 5 of Swords in reverse doesn't seem to be the case, actually. There's more to come. Okay, so your overall energy is the Empress. Beautiful. I love the vibe of this Empress because this is the vibe of the reading. Like, it doesn't matter what your gender is. This is your energy. It's like this dark, mysterious feeling, aura coming from you, but also light and creative and abundant. Very powerful. So you're showing up here as mastery. Someone who has mastered all of the queens in the deck. What does that mean, Spirit? Mastered all the queens in the deck. 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, no, of course. And look, there's like 3. Oh, that's so interesting. There's 3 women here. 10 of Pentacles, 3 queens. And what you don't see coming is the 4th queen, the Queen of Swords. Okay, so you've mastered all the queens now. And of course, what you don't see coming is the Queen of Swords, which is the Queen of Truth. So you've done work with the Queen of Cups, which is self-love, self-care. It's also openness and creativity. Queen of Pentacles, confidence, security, planning, laying down foundation and roots. Queen of Fire, Queen of Wands is advocating for other people, looking out for others' interests, also using your spirit to create and be powerful in this world with your own creativity and your own sensuality. So you've done a lot of that. And now the Queen of Swords is coming in as what you don't see coming as the next queen to master, the next energy to master. Whoa. Okay. Can you tell me more about the Empress? I mean, that was a lot already, but let's see if I can get anything else. Because there's something here about your abundance. Four of Wands, your abundance. This is celebration. This is home stability. I'm hearing coming and going. It's the energy of coming and going, I guess, with this kind of hot air balloon that we see. Coming and going. The Empress of your own abode, of your sacred space. So you've created something really spectacular, really sacred for yourself. And I feel as though with the coming and going, Spirit wants you to know that it's there. It's from whatever you've created that you're proud of and that makes you feel secure, it's stable. You don't always have to be sitting in your castle to know your castle is there. You can come and go. You can come back to it when you need to. Okay, so some of you are a little bit hesitant on venturing out or venturing into something because of a loss of security. Well, if I do that, then I risk this. But Spirit's saying, no, you don't risk it. It's there for you. It's always going to be there for you. You created it. It's a part of you, whatever this is, okay? And then again, 4, right? 4 queens. Okay, so let's move on to the Queen of Swords for what you don't see coming. The eyes, right? That's what I drew, the eyes. So definitely, look, someone watching or you watching. I don't know who's who in this story, okay? But I feel like, again, I feel like you're the truth bearer. Watching. You could be seeing robins. Let's see. Tell me about the Queen of Swords for what they don't see coming. This is the queen they're mastering. And look, the magnifying glass, the eyes. Okay. What is it that they're seeing? Six of Wands, victory, success. You see a pathway to success. Success with what? Victorious about what? Oh, we didn't ask that question. Hold on. I'm going to ask that question about everything has changed, but one thing remains. Well, maybe it's the connection. Let's see first. What's the victory? The success. 9 of Pentacles. This is a beautiful card. Independence, sovereignty, freedom. You are free. Some of you may think that you did something in haste, that you detached, or you made a decision. You took a tempting kind of path and maybe it was too hasty. You should have thought about it more, controlled yourself more. But no, you made the right decision here. Or you're going to for what you don't see coming. I think you've already made the decision though. And what you don't see coming is how successful this is. There's something about your sovereignty, your creations, your security. This could even be material wealth that we're talking about. Being okay. Some of you saw a difficult truth, you pointed it out, and you knew that when this difficult truth surfaced, you would have to go on your own somewhere, or you would have to do something independently. Could be a truth you saw about work, a truth about a relationship, but you knew it would result in having to do something by yourself now. And what you don't see coming is how successful that situation is for you. This being on your own with something, whether it's the way you think about something or where you're living or your relationship status or starting to work for yourself, whatever it is, This is what needed to happen right now. This is what the truth manifested. You being willing to see the truth, to speak the truth, manifest your own success. Wow. Wow. There's something also about authenticity and originality. What do you want me to say about that? Ace of Wands. This is about the injustice and the pro bono stuff. King of Pentacles. Somebody knows that you are the original creator of something. Okay? I'm just going to leave that there because it's it resonates with me, and I don't want to go too far into what it's resonate with my own stuff with it. Let's stick to the plan. I'm hearing let's stick to the plan. Interesting energy. You could find people who are very accepting of what you're going through, like they understand or they resonate with you. Maybe it's a different situation that they experience, but they still understand something about it. These are good people to connect with. Okay, your opportunity is the Five of Wands. Now, the Five of Wands, usually they're all running into one another, and it's total chaos, right? Too many cooks in the kitchen, lots of conflict. And in this card, their backs are to one another, right? This is detaching from one another, not seeing each other face to face or eye to eye, refusing to look at something, refusing to work together. So tell me about this as the opportunity. This could also be somebody here, for what you don't see coming, tells you or shows you that they see how successful you've been independently. It's like admiration somebody has for you. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles. Some of you have somebody who is very spiritually inclined. Okay, they're quiet. This could be somebody you know or you don't really know, but they're looking at you. They're like studying you, or there's something about your perception that they're very keen on and interested in. What is this? The World. Maybe it's more than one person, but it feels like this is somebody who is very experienced, has mastery. It's giving me the vibe of like someone scouting you. The Fool, yeah, someone's scouting you out for something. Wheel of Fortune. This is to offer you something. Queen of Pentacles, a position. And what's the guidance here? King of Cups. Find out who they are. Five of Pentacles and what they really want. The High Priestess. The King of Swords. I feel like this is something that might pique your interest, but you need more information and understanding what this is all about for you. Why this person's offering you something. That feels like another message entirely coming through. It might be oh my goodness, there's layers here. So for some of you, it's the person that you're connected to, it's their higher self. It's like your higher selves are deciding what's going to play out in the next life. Okay. Your opportunity, Four of Swords and the Five of Wands. Yeah, this is to lay the conflict to rest, reconciliation of the difficult energy, the opportunity. Well, how do they lay the conflict to rest? I'm hearing they answer the question. Okay, everything has changed, but one thing remains. What is that? Six of Cups. Yeah. Some kind of soul connection, something from a past life, something nostalgic that you think about that lives in your memory. It remains. Everything has changed, but one thing remains. How do you get out of the conflict? Is you get is you what? You answer the question about this what and what? Oh, there's the teacup. From your eye to my lips, from my lips to our soul. And look, it's like they're sharing this teacup now. Whoa. Okay, Queen of Wands. Well, what? I don't get it. What? The Hermit. Some of you are dreaming about this person or this situation. You're resolving some of those conflicts in your dreams. The Queen of Wands is coming out as a card to take action. But then I asked like how and what, and I get the Hermit card, which isn't really outward action. Resolving the conflict by recognizing the Six of Cups, that's memory and nostalgia and soul connection is here. And then taking action inwardly. Well, what does that mean? Seven of Wands and the Seven of Cups. This is to be kind to yourself about your own doubts about a certain relationship or your confusion. It's as if you've convinced yourself, no, I'm just kidding myself. I'm just deluding myself about this connection and the significance of it. But the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Cups is like, I don't know, maybe you should stand your ground. Maybe some of that confusion is not delusion at all. It's the painful truth that there is something here. The Chariot and the Ten of Pentacles again. And it doesn't necessarily mean you need to act on this truth, but accept it. That is the reconciliation. Yes, there is something here. Yes, there is some kind of soul connection. Maybe there was betrayal and all of those things. But just accepting that at some level gets you closer to some form of mastery of truth, rather than telling yourself stories or allowing others to tell you stories about how there isn't anything there, okay, and you're deluding yourself. That's getting further and further away from the truth. That's a betrayal here in this reading, in this situation. For whoever I'm connecting to. And this is a general reading, right? So you have to use your own discernment, of course. Four of Cups for the challenge. And this makes sense now because this is you rejecting this teacup, right? This is you saying, no, I don't know about that. That's the challenge. And skepticism is a good thing to have. Magnifying glass. It's how you sometimes get to the truth. But there's something different here. So tell me, I feel guided to use this deck. What is this Four of Cups? The Tower, upheaval, disruption, awakening, things piled up on each other, coming down. And it's coming down with this chess piece here, the castle. Oh, that's so interesting because I said something about the castle, right? So what? The castle moves only in straight lines, right? Only in straight lines. The clock, the hands of fate. I don't know, there's something going on here where the challenge is to move in a different way. Hold on, let me see what Spirit's saying here. Fear of loss on this card. There's a fear of upheaval, right? Like I don't want upheaval is what I feel you saying. And I concur. I agree. I don't want upheaval either. I see that. But you have the Queen, you have the Empress and the Four of Wands and Spirit saying that's not going anywhere. But you're avoiding something here, or you're not accepting something, this teacup, this connection, or something about this situation because you're worried about upheaval, about things going sideways maybe. Okay, so tell me more about the challenge. And then also 4 of Cups in the Tower. This could be about it is. Someone rejecting the truth, right? They rejected the truth before, or I rejected the truth before. The truth has already been rejected and it led to a tower moment. So what the heck now? Valid question. Page of Pentacles. Well, there's you learn something. You learn how to what, Spirit? Queen of Pentacles. How to feel secure, 7 of Wands, and still defend the truth. Like how to maintain your position even in the face of rejection. Now, I'm not saying like you keep begging for something. It's just because someone rejected something, like just because you got rejected for a job doesn't mean you're not the best person for the job. It just means they couldn't see that, or they had other things that were more important to them at the time. Maybe they had to hire someone else because of a certain reason. You know, it could be the same thing in a relationship. Just because someone walked away, it doesn't mean you weren't connected. Doesn't mean there wasn't love, right? Yeah, there's something going on there. This is a touchy reading, I feel, because there's a lot of heartbreak out there. A lot of people have been hurt. I'm hearing broken. A lot of people have been broken. They spend a lot of time healing themselves. And they have. And you have too. And it's scary to consider some of these things sometimes because it feels like we could be undoing some of that healing, but we're not. We're looking at the truth. Okay, the star for the guidance. Destiny, fate, and healing. What's the star telling you? What's the star saying? Page of Cups. You're not done with something yet. And I feel the Scorpios that I'm speaking to that are connecting to this, and then I feel the rest of them like throwing daggers, you know. So I'm just going to speak to those of you I'm connecting with. Which is fewer of you than those, you know. Many of you will watch and few this will be for. How will they know? Okay, let me get some charms. There's also an apology I'm seeing here. Telephone. Yeah, someone's going to make an apology. Doesn't mean you need to accept it. Okay, if it's someone else, maybe it's you making the apology. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. The Q, interesting. The letter Q, but maybe the Q is a place. IUAX. We have these 3 hearts, a wrench. There's somebody who works with their hands here. And then we have this crossroads, money and success, one direction, and happiness another. A devil with a pitchfork and a heart. Can I get a couple more as little synchronicities and clues? The letter R, the letter D, the letter O, the letter S, the letter G, Aries symbol, and a Cancer symbol. And I'm seeing the number 1 and 17. Okay, let's see. So the guidance here is there's an opening. There's something big that you're sitting on underneath the water in your subconscious mind that you're not showing other people. On the surface, it's so interesting how this deck has all these teacups. I didn't even realize that when I got that message. See, you're showing the world, well, there's only a small fish in this teacup that I'm thinking about or considering, but meanwhile, it's actually quite big. So something is taking up a lot of space, time, energy, parts of your soul, while you're not necessarily showing that to the world. So what's the guidance, though? The guidance is the stars, to follow your heart. Two of Wands. Yeah, the decision. Follow your heart, your path. Where does that big fish want to go? Okay, the outcome. I'm also going to do an extended reading. I just saw 4004 mirrored numbers. In the extended, I'm going to go a layer deeper. We're going to tap more into this energy, see what else we can get. If you're interested in that, there's a link in the description box below. If you're not interested in that, or you can't go there for whatever reason, trust Spirit already knew that and gave you all the information you needed. The outcome is the Two of Swords, a crossroads, a need to make a decision now that you've gathered substantial information. You're weighing things carefully here. Two of Cups. Two of Swords, Two of Cups. What do I do about this relationship, this soul connection, this one thing that remains? What are you going to do, Scorpio? And I think this is what Spirit's asking you to take a look at, these thorns, right? What are you going to do about these thorns? And whatever happened, because it's still here, it's still in your energy. And I don't think there's a right or wrong answer to what you do. There's only a need to really acknowledge that this is still here right now. And then I feel as though you'll be guided to come to those answers of what you need to do on your own. All right, Scorpio, that's what I have for you. I hope that helped. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.